Hello besties, once again welcome and welcome back. We are starting another series. As you can see up there, it's called The Lies He Told. I mean, if you listen to this story, this man lied, and I'm telling you, he straight up lied to our girl. So we're gonna go ahead and listen to what she has to say. She's telling about an experience with a man that pretty much lied about his entire life. I mean, we are talking legion type of lies right here. After we finish with Vesatisa, we found another series, and we're gonna go ahead and listen to this series about her experience with this man who lied to her. And you're gonna tell me what you think down there in the comment section. Once again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share the video, share with all your besties, and let them get a piece of the tea.
Part 11, the lies he told. So he makes it to the hospital. He has relieved Coco. She's headed out. I believe she had to go to work that day, but we truly appreciated her coming through. Shout out to you, Coco. He gets on the phone. He calls my parents. He calls my job. He lets everybody know what has happened. And he's there. He's present. At that time, he was the husband that I needed him to be. It came back that I had broke my ankle in 3 different places. I knew, all of us knew that surgery was going to have to happen. Surgery had to happen before I had the baby. This happened mid-October, and I was scheduled to give birth on November 15th. I don't do C-sections, guys, so, and that might be a little TMI, but I did not know that I wasn't going to make it to November 15th. First baby, I made it full term. I actually had him a week late. So with this baby, it was different. I went into my provider. They let me know, hey, we're going to have surgery scheduled. I think I fell like on a Tuesday, and surgery was I think surgery was that following Tuesday, like the next Tuesday. So I was in a splint at home for a while. I went to the hospital. I had the surgery. He was there when I woke up. He made sure everybody knew that I was fine. And we went home. Now, I lived in a townhouse, so everything was on the 2nd floor. Where things started getting shaky for me, and when I noticed that this probably wasn't going to be a nice ride moving forward because I was immobile, I could not make it up the stairs. I was a lot bigger than him at the time, and there was no way that he could carry me up the stairs. So, guys, I had to use my arm strength to get up the stairs, 1 stair at a time, pulling myself with my upper body strength. It was hurtful. It was painful because I was pregnant. He still continued to go to work. He never stayed at home with me. He never told his boss, like, hey, my wife needs me at home. I just really sat there and had to figure out life on my own. I still had to go to my appointments at the doctor. So when I went to the doctor, to my OBGYN told me within the next 2 weeks, because that's when I had a OBGYN, the next appointment. And she told me, she said, hey, you're only 2 centimeters dilated. I said, I'm dilating already? I said, the baby ain't due though till like November 15th. She was like, yeah, well, you 2 centimeters dilated. She said, but I'm gonna tell you right now, you gonna have these Braxton Hicks. So just, deal with it. I mean, I know that you're in pain because of your ankle, but it is what it is. And during this time I had a knee scooter. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna deal with it. And so I'm still inching myself up the stairs every now and again. I went to the doctor on a Wednesday. That night at 11 o'clock, my water broke. I was about to get ready to have that baby. He was at home, and the way that he handled it, it broke my heart. He was in more of a panic and an attitude than I could ever be. I was so calm. I called my grandma. I called my mom, and I said, y'all, my water just broke. I'm about to get ready to have this baby. They said, and you can't walk? I said, I can't walk. I can't get down the stairs. Called the ambulance. 4 of the most gracious men came, and they said, we're not going to drop you. We got you. I was so scared. I had so much anxiety because I had already had anxiety from falling down those stairs, and to be taken down on a stretcher, pregnant, water broke, my husband all over the place, just a lot. I didn't even have my bag packed to go to the hospital. So I make it to the hospital. You know, during COVID, there were certain restrictions. There was no way that it took my husband 4 hours to get to me while I was sitting in a room by myself going through those contractions. I have no idea where that man was for 4 hours. No idea. I sat in the room, and it was like the emergency room. So I sat there by myself having those contractions. They could not give me anything. They could not give me anything because I was on blood thinners. I did not have an epidural. I had that baby just as natural, and I suffered through all of those things. All of those things. They finally put me in a room. There was no doctor in the room, but there was a nurse in the room and a nurse that was in training in the room. At around 3:30, my beautiful baby boy popped out with no doctor in that room and rolled on that bed. And he was at the bottom of the bed to catch it. And as soon as he caught that baby, he fell out. Fell out. And so I'm crying. I'm trying to, get myself together, because now everybody rushing in the room, doctors coming in, everybody, they like, oh my God, oh my God. So they're putting the baby under the light or whatever that is to the right. And they come to me and they said, ma'am, your husband is going to be okay. And I looked and I said, what you mean my husband going to be okay? They said he fell out. I had no idea that none of this had happened. I said, what you mean he had fell out? Do y'all know when that bitch came back in that room, he looked at me and he said, I can't even look at you right now because I saw you with all of your insides hanging out of your body. And that disgusts me. That disgusts me. And after hearing him say that, my whole world shut down. One of the most beautiful times of my life was a complete joke and a complete insult at that point. That man got on that couch to the left of my bed and he slept for the rest of the night. And I sat up and I looked at that beautiful baby. And I knew then that this marriage was not going to last longer at all. Because how could you say that to me after having your first baby? How could you say that to somebody? You gagging, you making the same, doing that while telling me. That's the most fucked up thing that you could tell a mother that just could have lost her life for bringing life. How could you do that? I'm on a knee scooter still. My ankle, messed up. He left that next morning and he went to work. I was there by myself with the nurses. And I knew that I was in good hands because I was at the hospital. You always in good hands when you're at the hospital. But shout out to those nurses because they helped me. I appreciate that. So he would come back after he got off of work and everything. But it wasn't the same because he told me prior that he had FMLA. Then